Hi, this is Chris at the Wandering Bull. Today in front of me I have some fine examples of quill work from various locations within the country, and some old and some new. So we'll talk about it, talk about the construction. This bag on my left is a reproduction of a earlier style Eastern Woodland style bag with the underwater panther, quilled. It's got lane stitching around the perimeter, and then the quill work in the middle is the zigzag stitch, typical of those folks on the East Coast, the Great Lakes area. And while we're on the Great Lakes, this little bag here has a fine example of loomed quill work. The piece of quill work is probably early 1900s and has been turned into this little neck bag with some nice trade beads. And this pair of moccasins is also, I would say, they're Cree, above the Great Lakes into Canada, but they also have a unique style of quill work. So this is multi-quill plating, where they're using multiple needles. The quills are traveling in multiple directions to create that pattern. So the quill work lines the boots and right down the front into there. So a fine example of beadwork and quill work. These guys are probably from 1940s, 1950s. And quill wheel here, done on rawhide. This is the front side. That's the back side with all the knots. So it's rawhide quill wrapped. This little paint pouch, probably early 1900s, 1880s, 1900 time period. It's got two different techniques. The quill work on the bottom is done on rawhide slats. It's quilled all the way up, little fringe. This is a zigzag stitch. And a fine example of this early paint pouch. This pair of moccasins here on my right have had a difficult life. At some point in time, the whole ankle disappeared. This side is still intact, nice beads. So they've had a rough life. Here's both of them. This one's still fairly intact with a tongue. But the reason they're here is for the quill work on the toe. So Northern Plain style quill work, and it's a simple band technique. So it's two needles and that quill travels back and forth. So you don't see the zigzag stitch where you see the zigzag in this bag and in this bag. It's a different technique. Once again, these guys are probably 1900, 1920s, and who knows what happened to them and what their life and how they've got to this point in time. This is that simple band technique. And then this Lakota Possibles bag, same technique. These are from the same area, probably about the same time period as well. This might be a little earlier. This might go into 1890s. And it's got that simple band technique across the front, done with two needles. And then they put the tufts of fluffs right in the middle, right where that lime green is in the center. So great example. You can see the bottom, still one line that they never quilled. And it's either like an ink or a dark pencil that outlines the pattern in which they worked. And once again, this guy's had a tough life. Top corner's missing, and it's missing probably another third of beadwork on that flap. So hopefully this is helpful. Talks about tribal distinctions and the difference between those tribes and the technique in which they used, as well as time period. So thanks for watching. Chris at the Wandering Bull, 1-800-430-2855.